Welcome to the Bible Quiz and Trivia channel. Today, we're focusing on the Book of Ecclesiastes, testing your understanding with 30 of the hardest questions about its wisdom, philosophy, and teachings. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video to support our content. After the quiz, share your score in the comments. We love seeing how well you do. Are you ready? Let's get started. Question 1. What is the primary theme of the Book of Ecclesiastes? A. The importance of obeying the law. B. The pursuit of happiness. C. The meaninglessness of earthly life. D. The joy of labor. Answer: C. The meaninglessness of earthly life. The primary theme of Ecclesiastes is the vanity or meaninglessness of everything under the sun. Throughout the book, the term vanity is used repeatedly. Ecclesiastes 1-2. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher, vanity of vanities. All is vanity. To describe the transient and futile nature of earthly endeavors when viewed from a purely human perspective without considering God's design and purpose. Question 2. Who is traditionally believed to be the author of Ecclesiastes? A. Moses. B. Solomon. C. David. D. Isaiah. Answer: B. Solomon. Ecclesiastes is traditionally attributed to Solomon, based on the text references to the author as the son of David, king in Jerusalem, Ecclesiastes 1-1. Solomon's reputation for wisdom and his existential reflections in his later years align with the themes of the book. Question 3. What key phrase does the author repeatedly use to describe life's pursuits? A. A path to glory. B. A time to live. C. Chasing after the wind. D. Under the heavens. Answer: C. Chasing after the wind. The phrase chasing after the wind is a key motif used throughout Ecclesiastes. A. Ecclesiastes 2:11, to emphasize the futile nature of pursuing earthly achievements and pleasures, suggesting that such efforts do not lead to true fulfillment or lasting significance. Question 4. In Ecclesiastes, what does the term under the sun signify? A. Spiritual enlightenment. B. Earthly, temporal experiences. C. Divine revelations. D. Afterlife expectations. Answer: B. Earthly, temporal experiences. Under the sun is a phrase used frequently in Ecclesiastes. A. Ecclesiastes 1-3, to denote human activities and experiences in the physical world, highlighting the temporary and often unsatisfactory nature of earthly life when viewed without considering the eternal or divine perspective. Question 5. How does the author of Ecclesiastes view wisdom and folly? A. As equally futile. B. Wisdom far outweighs folly. C. Folly is better than wisdom. D. Neither has any value. Answer: B. Wisdom far outweighs folly. While Ecclesiastes often presents a cynical view of both wisdom and folly, it ultimately asserts that wisdom is superior to folly. Ecclesiastes 2:13 notes, "Then I saw that wisdom excels folly as light excels darkness." Question 6. What does Ecclesiastes say about the predictability of life? A. Life is highly predictable. B. Life is only predictable with wisdom. C. Life is completely unpredictable. D. Predictability depends on one's actions. Answer: C. Life is completely unpredictable. Ecclesiastes emphasizes the unpredictability of life, noting that time and chance happen to all and that human efforts do not necessarily correlate with expected outcomes. Ecclesiastes 9:11. Question 7. What philosophical perspective is Ecclesiastes most closely associated with? A. Stoicism. B. Existentialism. C. Empiricism. D. Nihilism. Answer B. Existentialism. Ecclesiastes reflects existential themes, grappling with the meaning of life, the limits of human understanding, and the pursuit of meaningful existence in a seemingly indifferent world. Question 8. What does the author suggest as the best way to live, despite life's vanities? A. To accumulate wealth. B. To enjoy one's labor and accept life's simple pleasures. C. To isolate oneself from others. D. To seek power and prestige. Answer B. To enjoy one's labor and accept life's simple pleasures. Ecclesiastes advocates finding contentment in one's labor and the simple pleasures of eating, drinking, and enjoying relationships, acknowledging these as gifts from God. Ecclesiastes 2:24, 3:12-13. Question 9. How does Ecclesiastes contrast the fate of the wise and the foolish? A. Both share the same fate in death. B. The wise are always rewarded. C. The foolish suffer more. D. The wise avoid death. Answer A. Both share the same fate in death. Ecclesiastes points out that both the wise and the foolish die, which levels their earthly fates and challenges the ultimate value of wisdom in terms of earthly rewards. Ecclesiastes 2:15-16. Question 10. What does Ecclesiastes state about wealth and its ability to satisfy? A. Wealth brings ultimate satisfaction. B. Wealth is a reliable source of security. C. Wealth is ultimately unsatisfying and futile. D. Wealth should be the primary goal of life. Answer C. Wealth is ultimately unsatisfying and futile. The author of Ecclesiastes observes that wealth and possessions do not bring true fulfillment or happiness, and can even add to life's burdens. Ecclesiastes 5:10-11. Question 11. In which chapter does the author reflect on the times and seasons for various events? A. Chapter 1. B. Chapter 2. C. Chapter 3. D. Chapter 4. Answer C. Chapter 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 is renowned for its poetic reflection on the appropriate times for various events and actions in life, emphasizing that there is a season for everything. Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. Question 12. How does the book of Ecclesiastes contribute to the concept of fear of God? A. By dismissing its importance. B. By equating it with folly. C. By promoting it as the foundation of wisdom. D. By criticizing religious practices. Answer C. By promoting it as the foundation of wisdom. Ecclesiastes concludes with the assertion that fearing God and keeping His commandments is the whole duty of humanity, thus upholding the fear of God as a central tenet of wisdom and life's purpose. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Question 13. What metaphor is used in Ecclesiastes to describe youth and the aging process? A. The withering of flowers. B. The setting of the sun. C. The darkening of the sky. D. The breaking of a golden bowl. Answer D. The breaking of a golden bowl. In Ecclesiastes 12, the aging process is described through several metaphors, including the breaking of a golden bowl, which symbolizes the fragility and inevitable decline of life as one ages. Question 14. Which chapter of Ecclesiastes is often read during funerals and why? A. Chapter 1. B. Chapter 3. C. Chapter 7. D. Chapter 12. Answer B. Chapter 3. Chapter 3 of Ecclesiastes is frequently chosen for funerals because of its profound meditations on the cycle of life and death, offering comfort and perspective on the natural progression of life seasons. Question 15. What is the significance of the conclusion of Ecclesiastes regarding the whole duty of man? A. To seek pleasure. B. To accumulate knowledge. C. To fear God and keep his commandments. D. To gain wealth. Answer. C. To fear God and keep his commandments. The conclusion of Ecclesiastes emphasizes that the whole duty of man is to fear God and keep his commandments. Ecclesiastes 12:13-14. Positioning this as the core response to life's enigmatic and transient nature, and as the basis for ultimate judgment. Question 16. How does Ecclesiastes address the issue of injustice in the world? A. By advocating for social reform. B. By suggesting that injustice is beyond human understanding. C. By promising divine retribution. D. By encouraging personal vengeance. Answer. B. By suggesting that injustice is beyond human understanding. Ecclesiastes acknowledges the prevalence of injustice and suggests that such matters are often beyond human comprehension and control, indicating that some aspects of life are inexplicable and must be left to divine judgment. Ecclesiastes 3:16-17. Question 17. What existential question does Ecclesiastes pose about labor and its fruits? A. What lasting value does it bring? B. How can one increase their productivity? C. Is labor the ultimate purpose of life? D. Should labor be avoided? Answer. A. What lasting value does it bring? Ecclesiastes questions the lasting value of labor, expressing skepticism about the enduring impact of one's work given life's transient nature. Ecclesiastes 2:22-23. Question 18. How does the author of Ecclesiastes describe the day of death compared to the day of birth? A. As a greater day. B. As equally significant. C. As less significant. D. As a day of sorrow. Answer. A. As a greater day. The author suggests that the day of death is better than the day of birth, as it marks the completion of life's endeavors and challenges, reflecting a philosophical stance on the inevitability and acceptance of life's end. Ecclesiastes 7:1. Question 19. What does Ecclesiastes say about wisdom's advantage over folly, akin to light's advantage over darkness? A. Wisdom has no real advantage. B. Wisdom is slightly better. C. Wisdom is clearly superior. D. Wisdom and folly are equally futile. Answer. C. Wisdom is clearly superior. Ecclesiastes asserts that wisdom has a clear advantage over folly, just as light is preferable to darkness, acknowledging that wisdom brings some benefit and illumination to life's complexities. Ecclesiastes 2:13. Question 20. In what way does Ecclesiastes discuss the inevitability of fate? A. Fate can be controlled by wise actions. B. Fate is unpredictable and inescapable. C. Fate is only relevant to the foolish. D. Fate does not exist. Answer. B. Fate is unpredictable and inescapable. Ecclesiastes discusses fate as something that befalls everyone regardless of their actions or desires, emphasizing the limitations of human control and the role of chance in life. Ecclesiastes 9:11-12. Question 21. How is the concept of time illustrated in Ecclesiastes 3? A. As a cycle of meaningless events. B. As a linear progression towards enlightenment. C. As a sequence of appointed times for every purpose. D. As an illusion. Answer. C. As a sequence of appointed times for every purpose. Ecclesiastes 3 famously outlines that there is a time for every purpose under heaven, providing a poetic enumeration of various activities and their appropriate times, which illustrates life's rhythmic and cyclical nature. Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. Question 22. What caution does the Book of Ecclesiastes offer regarding vows and the fear of God? A. Vows are unnecessary. B. Make vows cautiously and fulfill them. C. Only the foolish fear God. D. Vows should be made frequently. Answer. B. Make vows cautiously and fulfill them. Ecclesiastes warns to be cautious about making vows to God, emphasizing the importance of fulfilling them once made and to approach God with reverence and thoughtfulness. Ecclesiastes 5-4-5. Question 23. What paradox about wealth is discussed in Ecclesiastes 5? A. Wealth satisfies all desires. B. Wealth brings happiness and contentment. C. Wealth increases the number of dependents. D. Wealth is easily retained. Answer. C. Wealth increases the number of dependents. Ecclesiastes observes the paradox that the more wealth one accumulates, the more people come to depend on it, which can lead to more worries and less enjoyment of the wealth itself. Ecclesiastes 5:11. Question 24. How does the author of Ecclesiastes view the efforts of man in relation to time and eternity? A. As pivotal to eternal outcomes. B. As insignificant and fleeting. C. As defining one's legacy. D. As the path to immortality. Answer. B. As insignificant and fleeting. The author views human efforts as ultimately insignificant in the grand scheme of eternity, emphasizing the fleeting nature of human endeavors when contrasted with eternal realities. Ecclesiastes 3:11. Question 25. What advice does Ecclesiastes give about enjoying life amidst its vanity? A. Reject all forms of pleasure. B. Pursue pleasure without restraint. C. Find joy in one's labor and accept life's simple gifts. D. Focus solely on spiritual pursuits. Answer. C. Find joy in one's labor and accept life's simple gifts. Ecclesiastes advises finding enjoyment in one's daily labor and the simple pleasures of life, such as eating, drinking, and relationships, recognizing these as gifts from God in a transient world. Ecclesiastes 2:24, 3:12-13. Question 26. What observation does Ecclesiastes make about the cycles of nature? A. They are unpredictable and chaotic. B. They reflect human folly. C. They are eternal and unchanging. D. They mirror the futility of human efforts. Answer. C. They are eternal and unchanging. Ecclesiastes notes that the cycles of nature are constant and unchanging, reflecting the perpetual and repetitive patterns of the natural world, which stand in contrast to human endeavors. Ecclesiastes 1-4-7. Question 27. How does Ecclesiastes challenge the value of wisdom and knowledge? A. By equating them with eternal joy. B. By suggesting they lead to sorrow and grief. C. By promoting them as the ultimate goal. D. By dismissing them as irrelevant. Answer. B. By suggesting they lead to sorrow and grief. While valuing wisdom, Ecclesiastes also acknowledges that with much wisdom comes much sorrow, and increasing knowledge can increase grief, highlighting the burdens that often accompany deep understanding. Ecclesiastes 1:18. Question 28. What does Ecclesiastes say about the unpredictability of wealth and honor? A. They are guaranteed for the righteous. B. They are bestowed randomly. C. They result solely from hard work. D. They diminish with time. Answer. B. They are bestowed randomly. Ecclesiastes notes that wealth and honor can come to individuals without clear reason, influenced by time and chance rather than solely by merit or effort, illustrating the unpredictability and seeming randomness of their distribution. Ecclesiastes 9:11. Question 29. How does the author sum up the experience of life and its endeavors towards the end of the book? A. As a joyful journey. B. As an opportunity for personal glory. C. As vanity and striving after wind. D. As a pathway to enlightenment. Answer: C. As vanity and striving after wind. The author of Ecclesiastes concludes that all of life's endeavors, when considered in themselves, are like vanity and striving after wind, emphasizing the elusiveness and futility of trying to find ultimate meaning in earthly pursuits alone. Ecclesiastes 12-8. Question 30. What is described as vanity and a striving after wind in Ecclesiastes? A. The pursuit of wisdom. B. Earthly pleasures. C. All human endeavors. D. Religious rituals. Answer: C. All human endeavors. Throughout Ecclesiastes, the phrase vanity and striving after wind is used to describe the transient and ultimately unsatisfactory nature of all human endeavors when viewed without a higher spiritual perspective. Ecclesiastes 1:14-11.